Hi guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com, and today I'm going to try and answer the question for you, or shine a little bit of light on Amazon KDP publishing, and whether I think it's a good business idea, whether I think Amazon KDP is worthwhile. So really, to break down worthwhile, bit of a, you could say, loaded term. Is it worthwhile? Well, if you want to write books, and you do that for fun, and you think that's fun, and you want to make this big series, like, I don't know, this big fantasy series, or you just like writing, then sure, do it. I'm talking in the context of making money, in the context of having a freedom business, in the context of creating not passive income. I prefer the term front-loaded income, but similar concept, but where you do the work first and then you make money residually after you've created that work, sort of evergreen passive income, of course, after the work. And for me, I don't think Amazon KDP is the best method to go about creating that kind of freedom business, and I'll explain why. So for me, when you build a business, I don't know if I invented this, but it's something I call the strength to sales flow. And what that means is, all of the successful businesses that I've seen online, including my own, there's kind of a flow. First of all, you have to discover your strengths, and this comes from the book Knowing Oneself by Peter Drucker, a very popular business book. He says, identify your strengths. And from your strengths, you find an industry, a market, a niche, okay? And then you figure out how you can apply those strengths to that niche. Within that niche, you then find your audience, and finding your audience requires a bit of research. If you are a part of your own niche, it becomes super easy because your audience avatar is actually the same as you. So you understand, if you're into, the keto diet, you know what other keto diet people are searching for, questions they might have, questions you've had in the past. You just have more of a feel of that audience, which helps you to solve pain points and deliver value. And that's the next step, really, finding pain points. In order to offer value that people care about, and that comes across in your content, you need to be helping people out with their pain points. If you're in the yoga niche and you know that, stretching out the lower back causes back pain, you could, if you know about yoga, if you're a few steps ahead of the average person, if that is your strength from step one, maybe you can solve that pain point, you can help people deal with that. That comes across in your content. So content is really that next step. Your content is based upon solving pain points. Most people get this wrong. They produce content and they're just like, oh, I think this is a good idea for content, and they just put it out and no one cares. Producing content is a reactionary move kind of thing. So you're seeing what's happening in that market, the problems people are having, and you're reacting to that and you're putting out content. Okay? You're not just putting it out and not seeing if that's what people want. So from doing that obviously is gonna get people searching, it's gonna get you traffic, okay? This is really how traffic is gotten, especially organically, but even if you're running ads, if you understand the process up to now, it's much easier to talk to that audience if you really understand them, and you can hit on those pain points. And then the final step, this is why I call it strength to sales, is that's where you get the sales. The more traffic you get, the more people are going to buy from you with whatever method you have set up, whether you're selling products, whether you're affiliating for a product, or whether you have an info product. And essentially, as long as you keep churning that out and, rinse and repeating this process, especially from the content to the sales point of view and understanding your audience, consistently being involved in your community, that's essentially how money is made. So what's the problem with Amazon KDP? Well, it doesn't really apply to that flow for me, especially if you're writing fiction. Let's say you want to write fiction books and your goal is to actually make money. Well, first of all, you've got a problem because, let's say your strengths are writing fiction. One of the big problems is you're in the entertainment niche now, kind of thing. In the entertainment industry, you're competing with, an audience now because of TikTok and Instagram. I believe you're getting less fiction readers in the world. I'm sure they exist, but the communities are low, but there are a lot of writers. I believe the supply massively outweighs the demand. It's also difficult to hit on pain points. I mean, what are you going to look for? Bored people? People who, really like reading? It's very difficult to locate your audience. It's very difficult to find out what pain points they have. Obviously people have pain. I mean, entertainment, the pain point is when people are kind of dissatisfied with their life, they go towards entertainment. But then, you know, you're competing with all different kinds of entertainment, from Netflix, you know, movies, TikTok. You know, there's just so many places people can go. And I always bet on human nature, and most people are going to go to the place that gets them that entertainment fix, that dopamine high the quickest. And that's not fishing through novels. And if it is, that you need to be ranking number 1, okay, basically on Amazon, or very, very high for you even to get a look in. If you're ranking number 100, 50, you know, that then you're gonna have to start running ads, you're gonna have to start throwing money at the wall. And I believe even if you are in the top 10, you know, I think the profits are low. If you're not, you know, J.K. Rowling or the guy who wrote Percy Jackson, I mean, these people, you know, they're one in billions, okay? So I really feel like producing fiction, it's really a case of just throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick, and I just think that's a lousy strategy. It's not a winning strategy. Now, if you're writing non-fiction books, it does fit in with that strength to sales flow. I've written a non-fiction book, and it continually makes me money because it fits into that flow. So basically, in my particular case, I did a coaching program. I found the coaching program was kind of scammy, but it was popular and a lot of people were searching for it. So what I did was I honestly reviewed the coaching program, and then I did my own kind of coaching book. And then I redirected the traffic who were reading that blog post into my email funnel, and then I gave that book away at some kind of discounted price. And that continually makes me money. Not a lot of money, because I'm not really into that. I'm not really a coach as such, but it did fit in with that. It did fit in with that that strength to sales flow. So why do I think overall though it's not the greatest idea, or overall why I don't think it's worthwhile? I think your potential to make profit is low, especially if you're doing fiction and you're competing in the entertainment industry. If you're writing non-fiction, the thing with putting out a book is there's not as much income potential as you can get from an info product. If you write a book, you know, you're basically teaching people, I don't know, some kind of skill. People buy the book, and people know that there's a going rate for books, you know, $20, $30. So that's like your money made from the book. With an info product, you can add groups that have monthly subscription using Discord. It's quite popular now. You can add affiliate links. You know, if you're teaching someone how to build a website, you could have an affiliate link to a website builder like Bluehost, and when people are going through your program, they click, you know, if you say, I've got a special link here, they click it, they sign up to Bluehost, you've got the money they've given you for the program, then you're getting affiliate commissions from everyone who clicks that link. You could also throw in upsells, you're getting monthly income from the group, and there's just a lot more income potential. I think another downside to KDP is the gurus out there. They remind me of people who are in e-commerce. Is these people will teach you the methodology of what they've done, but they won't teach you the niches that are profitable for obvious reasons. In e-com, people never tell you their niche because they don't want other stores opening up and, like, you know, competing with them. In KDP, people who are making like low content books, you know, in certain niches, they don't want to tell you what they're doing because it just creates competition as well. So they're going to just teach you the thought process and tell you to try different things, and at the end of the day, you know, people just start trying different things and it doesn't work. I think a lot of the people who have found success, they've hit on something, they have strength in it, they were early. I think being early is very important. They pumped out a lot of content during that time, a lot of books at that time, and then people coming in now, they're just not able to be competitive. I've seen a couple of people around, there are a couple of YouTube channels around also of people who create low content books, and you know, their ceiling is around about 5-6K a month. But these people have also, you know, one channel in particular, this person was saying they also own 500 books that they have on Amazon, or 500 plus, and they've seen people with 1,000 plus, and then I've seen what kind of money they're making, and it's just, for me, it's not really worth it. $6,000 a month to produce, you know, low content books, boring books, diaries, gym workout diaries, all this kind of boring, tedious admin making of these these books. I just don't think it's worth it. It's not fun. I don't think it's the best way you want to contribute. I think it's much better to follow that strength to sales flow, because you're contributing to a community you're interested in. If you're into it, if you have strength in it, you're continually wanting to work on it, and you just feel, you know, a better sense of worth, because you know you're contributing to a community, you're helping people out, as opposed to just, you know, making books, you know, and then hoping you get sales from it. Another downside, I kind of touched on it before, is with KDP, you kind of have this hit and hope strategy. This is also why I don't recommend e-commerce like Shopify dropshipping, is because this is really the basic scenario of most people. Let's say you create a book, okay, a fiction, non-fiction, low content book, or you create a Shopify store and you're selling, you know, dog key rings for AliExpress. You then have to go out and spend your money on ads. You have to experiment with ads. If you're running it on certain platforms, you have to mature your pixel. And that means by running ads, Facebook can figure out what it is you're trying to sell and try and match up buyers with your ads. The thing is, it is hit and hope. You know, I know people who have done, you know, both with e-commerce and KDP. It's similar kind of feeling. They spend their money before they've made any. Hit and hope strategy. They throw something at the wall, they hope it sticks. And generally, you know, let's say they do it at night, they wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I made a sale. You know, they made like $10 off one of these low content books. And it's like, well, how much did you spend? It's like, oh, I put a $50 ad out. And it's like, well, you didn't make any money. You lost $40. Okay? So this hit and hope strategy, I don't think it's the best way to go about creating a business. So yeah, those are my reasons. I think the potential for income is low. I think the competition is too high. I think it's a hit and hope strategy. I think it's boring. You're not contributing really to an audience that you can get fulfillment from. You're just creating, you know, books that you can sell. And to me, that's not fulfilling. And having fulfillment is very underrated, because it forces you, not forces you, but it makes you want to continue building, and makes you want to continue building your community and contributing and you know, using your passion as a tool to, you know, as a vehicle, if you like, to monetize your life. And that is really the best kind of business you want to make. So if your goal is fun and passion for fantasy, for writing books, then as I said at the beginning, that could be worthwhile enough. Go for it. If your goal is to make money, I think 99.99% of people are going to attempt to create something, not know an audience, throw money at the wall, hope it sticks, and not make much money at all. So if you are watching this video because you are looking to make money online, the way I mentioned earlier with the strength to sales model, this is actually an easier model to follow. It's a strategy that works over and over again. It's fundamentals. There is no hit and hope. Okay, so if you are looking to build a fundamentally strong business online based around your strengths, that follows that model, that isn't boring, that doesn't have a ceiling of a couple $1,000s a month, that you can really, you know, make something out of and see results very quickly without spending money on ads, without having this hidden hope, throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. If that does sound interesting to you, I do have a link in the description. That will take you through to another page where I talk about my Silver Spoon program, which is in content and affiliate marketing. And the reason I call it Silver Spoon is because I've basically designed it in a way that is going to spoon feed you exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And I believe if you just follow along, I genuinely believe this is fail-proof and anybody can succeed with this. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can get started for free. There's also a free community that I'm active in that you can join and ask questions. So do click that link. Otherwise, thanks for watching. That's my 2 cents on Amazon KDP. And I hope you got something out of it. All right, see you on the next video. Bye.